to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Basically, two or three things tonight. First is approval of the agenda. So, hear a motion to approve it.
I make a motion that we approve the agenda.
All right, we do. All in favor?
Aye.
Good. Now, new business. Steve's going to tell us about the discussion on approval of property and liability insurance coverage.
Yes, sir. I think that, first of all, I want to just say that this has been a moving target for the past week for me to put together. And that's simply because I got quotes. I got the quote from the league on Monday or Tuesday, Mandy?
It was the
Tuesday.
The 13th before y'all met.
Yeah, okay. I'll introduce, Mandy, you want to introduce yourself?
Sure.
Go ahead.
My name is Mandy Valaket. I'm business services consultant with the League Municipalities. And big part of what I do is the insurance for the cities in North Carolina, but I'm kind of a jack of all trades and tell you about all the different services that the League has to offer. And with me I have my supervisor, Lisa Kinsey. She's been with the League forever and ever.
They wanted to be here tonight, so I said that'd be great.
If you have any questions, we're happy to answer.
Yeah. And then we got the quote from Carolina Insurance Alliance, and the quote was from U.S. Specialty Insurance Carrier, and it got that Wednesday afternoon or Thursday morning. And then what happened was I shared. They wanted to see what the league had sent, and the league wanted to see what they had sent. It's public record. I checked with Ike, and we just started sharing. And when we started sharing, I started getting, well, we can do this and we can do that, and that kind of back and forth. But now it's pretty much concrete now, and I can tell you what that is. Okay, first of all, we paid $184,000 this past 12 months. October 22nd of 2024 to October 22nd of this month. That's the 12-month period that our current insurance is under. That means that this is the last night, and when this meeting is over, the mayor needs to assign whichever one y'all decide to go with. What we got from U.S. Specialty was $220,000. Let me get it out here. Let me look at it. $220,327.98. As you can tell, that's quite a jump from $184,000. But Travelers Insurance, and let me back up and say, Travelers is who we have right now, covering the town. And Travelers jumped, as you all saw when that I sent to you. Travelers has jumped to, get it? Yeah, $296,107. Plus you have to add in the $1,200 in insurance. So Travelers jumped dramatically. And that's why Carolina Allowance went looking for another carrier. I had mentioned to you all at a previous board meeting, I wanted to reach out to the league, because the league has a risk management service for property and liability and workers' comp, but our workers' comp is right now under key insurance until next June. So we're already covered on our workers' comp. So we reached out to the league, and Mandy came and visited with Kayla and I. We started providing her with the building schedules, the automobile schedules, the equipment schedules, all the schedules that we had with Travelers, and they put together, as you see, an initial quote of $84,111. That's for the remainder of this fiscal year, essentially 8 months, because the league runs on the same fiscal year that we do, July 1st to June 30th each year. So that would be for the remainder of this fiscal year. For for a full year, the annual term would be, yeah, thank you, I'm fumbling, $121,711. That's what they quoted us. Now, that was based on the building schedule, which is the schedule that is where we have our building and personal property. That's all of the town's property. Was based on that schedule. And we got that schedule initially put together, I thought working with Carolina Alliance. Well, then, so they went ahead and quoted that what that would be. The difference was that Carolina Allowance or U.S. Specialty Insurance had our properties at right at $67 million. The schedule that we provided to the league, thinking that that was the schedule because that's what we had updated from Carolina Insurance, came in at just over $21 million. So there was a significant difference. Well, today I got from Carolina Allowance, and that's what you're looking at right there, that's our building schedule. And our building schedule, as you can see, is you add 40 million, 10.8 million, and 10.8 million, and our building schedule was like $55 million, because that's all the property that we own. This is the schedule that I wish I had to give to the league to begin with, and we'd already have everything. So Mandy was able to get with the league's underwriters today, and the ballpark figure is $175,000 from the league. So basically what the board has to choose from right now is $220,000 or $175,000 for your insurance coverage. Let me also add a couple of other things, and then I would like Mandy to actually speak as well, if the board's okay with that. And that is the league's risk management services have been around since 1986. Okay, and as the information I sent you, of the 550 municipalities in the state, 435 of them are with risk management with the league. Eight of the 11 towns in Johnston County are with the league's risk management. And she also included information in there, and this is information I believe that you should know and key in on, is the risk management with the league offers us consulting services free of charge by being members of the risk management pool. Those consulting services include, they have a consultant who will come in and do a liability examination of our police department, liability examination of fire, human resources, etc. And I'll let Mandy get up and expand on that. They also provide grant opportunities by being members of the risk management pool. And you only get access to those grants if you're in the risk management pool. They also offer cyber services to us to come in and look at our computer and the way we're set up to determine what is our potential risk for a cyber attack. So there are services that are being provided by risk management we do not get from private insurers. So on top of the price being $175 versus $220, we have those additional services as well. So if it's okay, Mr. Mayor, I'd like to ask Mandy to come up and speak to the services that the risk management offers.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Steve, you did a great job. We could switch jobs if you want. You get on the road. So what I do is I get on the road. I have about 26 counties that I cover, and we go in, we talk about the different insurance and risk management services that we have. And so just to expand on that, we have a law enforcement review that we can do. So we have a specific law enforcement consultant that comes in. We'll do a review of your police department. And if you do that review, you get 15% off of that line item for police liability. So that's another, great perk to that. If you guys would like for us to quote you for workers' comp in the start of the fiscal year in the spring for July 1, if you are in both pools, you get an 8% discount on your workers' comp policy. so that's another perk. You know, we're in the business of insuring cities and towns in North Carolina. That's all we do. And so, and I did want to note as well, because at 4 o'clock today is when we got that updated schedule. So I'm emailing with Steve and I'm emailing with underwriting. So got that in. So for the prorated amount, so that would be starting 10/22 until 6/30. The prorated amount would be about a ballpark 122,000. So that 176,000 would be for full plan year. We like to give a full plan year view just to show you if you had been in our pool starting July 1, that's what you would have paid. But since you guys are kind of in this October timeframe, you're looking at 122,000 from now until the end of June. Let's see, so we talked about that. A human resources consultant we have to come out can talk with you about any personnel issues that you might be having, kind of walk you through the process. If you're having a personnel issue, give her a call. If you're in our pool, you get 5 free hours of legal advice. And if you take that legal advice, say you've got, by chance of problem employee, do the documentation, take that legal advice, you'll get $5,000 off of your deductible if you do take the advice when you go through that, if it goes to litigation, which we don't want that to happen, but that's what we're here for. And then what was the other, let's see, talk about HR. Oh, the grants that we have. So we have a matching grant up to $5,000, and that can be used for anything that would be beneficial to, I'm blanking out right now. I know we have, like for example, cameras. If you needed to install some cameras just for security reasons, that would be something that we would cover with our grants. We actually have soft body armor grants as well, a separate grant for police officers. So a lot of different resources to use, because that's what we're in the business of doing, is taking care and making sure that our towns are protected. So it's kind of a quick overview.
Yeah.
And I will say, and of those 400 and some towns, we've got probably 375 are cities and towns. We do have some other, like councils of government, that sort of thing, that are also parts of our pools. But we have about 75% of the cities and towns in North Carolina do participate in our pools. So.
And what is covered with the, I don't think you mean, I know you mentioned fire, but what is covered under the fire?
So you guys have a separate
We have
policy.
separate,
Yeah. Y'all
we have
have
separate insurance coverage for
VFIS.
fire.
Yeah. Even the building is handled under,
Yes.
VFIS.
yes.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And that
they
happens
have
a lot.
they've been perfect
Yeah.
for us.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Truck.
fire's not included.
No,
No,
ma'am.
no.
The
fire-
fire department is not, like, their separate fire
Right.
coverage, but like fires for our building are covered.
Right, so so you're talking about just fires in general.
Yes.
Because I don't know why I wrote down liability, fire, human resources.
When he was talking,
Yeah.
we have a
Yeah.
fire
Only-
consultant as well
Okay.
that can come out and do assessments
That's-
for,
okay.
that's what it
The
is.
only
Consultant.
thing
But
with
you've got
the fire
VFIS.
department, buildings, employees and everything that is covered is workers' comp.
That's
because
right.
it all has to be done under the same,
That's correct.
workers'
Yeah.
comp. So
Yes.
that's what we're under.
That's correct.
So what I was bringing tonight to the board is just, those are the numbers, and at the discretion of the board as to who you would like to move forward with.
And there's one more thing I would like to share, if you don't mind. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Sure.
One thing that we do, for anybody that joins our pool, we come out and we send an appraiser to do an appraisal of all of your properties that are valued at $250,000 and above. And so this is a great way so that we can assess and actually make sure you have the amount of insurance you really need for replacement coverage. Most commercial carriers don't do that, and this is not an added cost. This is one of the services that we provide to anybody that joins our property liability pool. So that's huge. So I just wanted to share
On
that.
the grants you were talking about
Yeah.
and what y'all do with the police department,
Mhm.
would any of those grants be a part or help cover any, like if we went to body cameras for police?
So because they're with VFIS, right, for the police, yes. Fire,
No, I'm talking about police only.
yes. Oh, yes, absolutely, absolutely,
Yeah,
yes.
okay.
So no, and
Up to 5,000.
it depends on the cost of your premium, but it's a matching grant up to 5,000. I'd have to see what, I don't, our loss control guy is the grant guy, so I don't have off the top of my head what the parameter is for the different, but there's different tiers, as whatever your premium is however much you would get. But the max is $5,000, but it's a matching grant, so it could be, something that, a lot of our towns take advantage of it, and we currently have, the grant application is open right now. So if you guys did decide to join, y'all could apply for a grant tomorrow, literally, so.
Well, I appreciate you coming and
Absolutely.
explaining what you've done. I mean, I think it's a no-brainer. I just want to make sure that we're comparing apples with apples down the line, and then all of a sudden, oops, but all this material's being given to us right now, just like it has to you.
Right.
Just like it has for me.
Yeah.
Now
well,
that we have the right schedule, we are comparing apples to apples.
But I will tell you that I am familiar, in my career, working with risk management with the league.
So you are familiar with it, and
Yes,
you.
ma'am.
Well, let me ask you this. I know you can't make the decision. Would you recommend us to do this? Can
You're
you
asking-
do that?
You're asking me.
Yes, I'm
I would
asking.
recommend it.
That's
Got
good
it.
enough for me.
Got a question. In the budget, it was the 184 budgeted already for the insurance?
Yeah, the 184 was already in,
Okay.
it would be, yeah, the 184 was already in
Yeah.
the budget, because it starts.
Starting.
It starts today.
Yeah.
And I
Or
would,
starts tomorrow.
and I would advise, budget some of that you have left over, the savings, budget a little of that for after your appraisal, because some of your buildings, they've probably never even been appraised ever. And so it's not a bad idea to have
I
something.
just didn't know if we're going to have to come back
in
for
reserve.
a budget amendment or anything like that, so.
We'd have to do that, yes. But again, one of the things that really jumps out at you is the 220 versus the 170.
Oh, yeah.
That's for sure.
I agree.
And just the additional benefits of risk management is a huge benefit.
Yeah.
So, let me ask you one more
Sure,
question.
sure.
With the grants, the town is not required to match it if we were offered one. Is this just straight grants, or do we have to match with anything?
She says a matching grant.
It's a
It is a
50-50. It's a
It is a
50-50.
matching
Yes,
grant.
ma'am.
For each grant?
Yes.
Okay.
And even if it's something, well, as long as it's purchased during the fiscal year that you're under with our policy, it could be something like, for example, there's a town that I'm working with, they bought something back in August. And they're like, can we use that and get reimbursed, the half of what we paid? And we'll do that. So that's something to keep in mind. I mean, obviously you would be fresh into the pool if you came in, but that's just something to keep in mind for future.
Mayor, I'm ready to make a motion.
Can I ask one question? Is that be all right? Yeah, it should be, I think, pretty short. I was looking at really the board brief that Steve put together, and so I've not seen in the policy one way or the other, so maybe I'm wrong about this. But as far as prior acts coverage, I think one of the other policies, or two of the other ones went back to 98, which is probably a lot further. Honestly, I can't conceive of that being necessary to go that far back. I think the league had prior acts retroactive to 22, so they go into the 3-year statute of limitations that applies to most things. I guess what they're covering is, obviously they're probably limiting their prior acts for regular tort liability and stuff that's going to expire in 3 years. But is it 3 years on all claims? Is that 22 prior acts coverage on all claims?
It's only claims made policies, so it's only employment practices and public officials liability, land use issues.
And that's what
Okay.
the other was too.
And y'all's goes back the same period of time on,
We're going back 3 years.
3
So
years.
we're catching that statute of limitations.
Right.
okay.
So if you know of any,
It's on, and I sent that out to y'all, it's on employment practices. And the US,
securities, I think.
US Specialty
That's
is willing to go back to 1998. And the league will go back to 2022. But it's just for the employment practices issues.
Do you think we need to purchase some kind of tail coverage, or is that a product that you offer or something like
Do
that?
you have anything in the back of your mind that you're concerned about that happened prior to 2022 that could come back to get you?
No, and frankly, that statute of limitations is, I think, run on pretty much any claim like that. It's not a big concern
Yeah.
that I have. I guess my question then is just, is tail coverage or something like that prohibitively expensive? If
It can be.
okay,
And it's just, all it does is extend the.
yeah,
That's right.
yeah, okay. That's the only questions I have.
Yeah. Thank you.
Ready to make a motion?
I make a motion that we approve,
Going with the league.
yeah, North Carolina League. I make a motion that we approve the North Carolina League at a lower cost than previous.
Okay, we have a motion. Any more discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Okay, that's a done deal. Great.
And the mayor will, Mandy has brought the document for you to sign, but
Sure
it's
do.
effective as of midnight tonight.
Thank you for all your hard work, Steve and Mandy and all you guys. And we're
So if something happens tonight, we're covered?
Yeah, we're still covered because Travelers is with us till midnight.
Let's go to Waffle House and celebrate, just kidding.
So our current insurance is good.
You're speaking Max's language
And then
now.
he picks up at midnight. Yeah.
Who's covering this tomorrow?
Right now,
No, I'm talking about
after the meeting, hold that thought. I'll tell you then.
good deal. All right, so
It's a long answer, and I don't want to make anybody.
I don't want to
sit
mess
here
anybody up.
waiting.
I just need to, you know, all you guys know there's something we can talk about, but we can't do it tonight because we didn't put it on the agenda to do it tonight, right?
Right.
That's right.
So
The only thing you talk about is this.
Yeah, and so,
Take all the fun out of it.
You got 3 meetings this week. So.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
I just,
I haven't forgotten that.
things might happen real fast, you know, so,
Let me talk to you
go
after.
ahead. Okay, so I can't talk to him after the meeting.
Yeah, no, well, so the mayor asked me a question earlier about meeting of multiple commissioners without noticing a public meeting or gathering of you. So I would, generally is sort of an informal rule of 2 of you getting together without a best practice or a smart practice to be of noticing that if you know multiple commissioners are going to be in a place at the same time and discussing town business, you should always notice that out of an abundance of caution. If 4 or 5 of you are going to go to the same wedding or something, then really there should be no necessity to notice that, even though that would technically be a quorum. You just need to not get over in the corner and start talking about town business, right? So the question is, can 2 of you get together with the mayor and discuss town business? That's not a quorum. There's no obvious or express rule against something like that. I would just say if you are going to get together to discuss town business, the best practice would be to notice that and have that meeting open to the public. There's not really a number of you that's but if you're going to meet and discuss things preliminarily before a meeting, just discuss some pending expedient subject matter, just keep it to, let's say, 1 or 2 of you at a time. And then I would take some notes of that meeting and make sure to disclose those at the next meeting if it's town business related stuff. Does that answer your question?
I guess so. Well, it's definitely town business, and I'll talk to each one of you individually. I'll talk to you in 2s. We need to talk soon, quick. We need to talk yesterday.
So during the meeting, we talk.
Not this meeting. I'd like to track the cop of these things, but I hate it, but that's part of what I'm doing for you. But yeah, you can't get into another subject other than what was disclosed in the public notice for this special call meeting, which was just the insurance.
Now you see why you're coming Saturday.
Yeah. And now I understand. I'll see you Saturday. I won't try to get out of it anymore.
Do you have anything else?
Yeah, Saturday, what time we start?
9, I believe.
The first dude comes on 9:20 or something.
How many applicants?
5. I would.
Hour each one.
I thought it was like 45 minutes.
And we're gonna meet,
Downstairs coffee.
okay.
I wouldn't have too much of a discussion about it now, again, because you've only disclosed the discussion tonight in a public meeting. But remember, you got to meet in 2 days. And that is a regular meeting where you can add things onto the agenda by motion or have further discussion in the commissioners' update period. So if there's something that needs to be talked about in closed session, you can add a closed session on. In a regular meeting that is published, the year before or months before, you can pretty much get in anything you want.
Do we have closed sessions for Thursday night?
No, I didn't see it on the
I'm just saying, can we?
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
can we?
Yeah.
We need to do that. If y'all wanna talk this right now, we'll do it. If not, we'll talk Thursday night.
No, don't talk about it right now.
I'm not supposed to-
I might not be here
After I
Thursday
hit-
night, so.
after I hit the scalpel, I can't talk about it?
I know you got the hammer, but no.
I think Thursday night.
Well, you can do whatever you want, but
It's
I
not about the Panther, it's not about the Panthers winning, is
Yeah,
it?
that's right, the Bills, put Bills in trouble. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Anything else, Scott? Oh, no.
It's a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
I make a motion.
All in favor? And so be